Astros shaded up the middle. Murphy playing right in the base path off the third base line. And a ground ball to Rizzo. The throw to Castro for one. The relay, no.
Close to first base. Bernardino really runs well, and Rizzo, after the previous errant throw, making sure on this one took a little extra time to make sure he made a good accurate throw to Castro. Bernardino just able to beat that return throw. Two long throws, tough to complete a double play with a guy like Bernardino going down the line.
Murphy now in on the grass with the pitcher Lee at the plate. Is Cliff Lee's jersey soaked? It's darker than his pants. Squares again. Pretty hard bunt. They'll get one, but not two. With that lead man, so it'll be a fielder's choice for Lee.
We talked about Russon's athleticism earlier, and you see it on display here. Quickly on that bunt. Quick feet, good throw. Castro might have had a shot at completing the double play. Looked like he was happy to just get out of Dodge and get that out at second base, but he might have had a shot at Lee on a double play.
Pitch to Young, served into right. And it gets past Gillespie, and now Lee's going to be sent. Young all the way to third, and it's 3-2 Phillies.
Well, Young has been a doubles machine throughout his career. I'm not sure how this will be scored because it's another slip. I guess if you're going to call an error on Ruff, you might have to give an error on Gillespie on that slip, allowing Young to get to third.
I guess because he didn't have the ball, Bob Rosenberg calls it a triple. It's not been the smoothest of days off defensively for these two teams. Phillies now leading again for the third time.
Boy, and you go middle away with any consistency on Michael Young, and you're asking for trouble. He is so good going the other way. Not to say he can't pull an inside pitch, but he's a lot better middle away. Sixth hit of the series for Young.
Second walk issued by Russin. Here comes Utley.
Well, under the category of atonement, then Young has the lead. He was able to atone for his error quickly.
Mary Helen and Bob Burns are celebrating 50 years of marital bliss here at the ballpark today. Congrats. Strike called on a cutter to Utley, UCLA product. Utley born in Pasadena, California. Beautiful area.
Home of the Rose Bowl, the Rose Parade, and all that good stuff. Utley, and this is a bit of a reach, but if he could stay healthy, string together 3 or 4 more good years, he might enter that Hall of Fame conversation.
Career .872 OPS as a second baseman. Yep. Right to Rizzo, and that'll end the inning. But the Phillies take their 3rd lead of the game, and we're only in the 4th. It's 3-2.
Unbelievable. In our day, we didn't have Uverse high-speed internet.
Yeah, our babysitter didn't have a million ways to serve Mom up on a silver platter.
We had to count sheep to fall asleep.
And I always worried that I was creating an overcrowded sheep farm. In my head, never looked like that farmer took proper care of those sheep. Too much.
A little.
Connect all your Wi-Fi enabled devices with Uverse high-speed internet. Rethink possible.
Get exceptional fuel economy and turbocharged performance with a Volkswagen TDI clean diesel model, including the Passat TDI with up to 43 miles per gallon. With the most clean diesels of any brand in the U.S., efficiency runs in the family. That's the power of German engineering. Hurry into the Volkswagen Best Thing Ever event and get 0% APR for 60 months now until September 3rd. Visit VWDealer.com today.
$5 foot long.
Footlong Nation rejoice. Right now at Subway, any regular footlong is a $5 footlong, all September long. Like the Subway Club, Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki, and even the Italian BMT. With tons of $5 footlongs, we need an entire month to celebrate. So hurry in.
Time now for our Avis Super Slow-Mo replay. Anthony Rizzo just taking his eyes off the ball momentarily. Michael Young with an error. A little slip out there by Darren Ruff. A matter of about 10 minutes. 3 errors. This one not an error as Gillespie got his foot stuck right near the sidewall on the triple by Michael Young. So 3-2 Phillies.
One of those days, isn't it? Just has a weird vibe about it.
Gillespie, Russin, and Castro due up for the Cubs here in the 4th.
For a night game, we'd be looking for the full moon.
Well, as Lee gets ready for his 4th inning of work today, the Phillies did agree to a deal with Cuban right-hander Miguel Alfredo Gonzalez. Originally was going to get a 6-year deal, but Phillies then reportedly had some issues with medical reports. I guess he had an elbow issue. So about a month later, he gets a 3-year contract worth $12 million, has an option for 2017. He's 26 years old, so it may not take him long to pitch at this level. Maybe at the beginning of next year. Defected to Mexico earlier this year.
Yeah, when the conversations first started between he and the Phillies, there was talk about him being in the rotation this year, and then the injuries and the delayed things. Now he's down at their spring training headquarters in Clearwater. Apparently will not pitch for the Phils this year. They project him as a solid middle of the rotation guy.
2-ball, 1-strike count on Gillespie. He knocked in the tying run in the second. Pop foul out of play. Chopper to Utley. Barehanded play. Got him. What an adjustment. That ball kicked a little bit to Utley's right, forcing him to barehand it. And he got his man.
Yeah, pretty play here by Chase Utley. He's had some problems defensively this year. He's committed 15 errors, but this is pretty slick here. Watch the ball kick away from him, and he snags it and immediately unloads. Quick move he made to the right. Kind of allows him to plant on his back foot as he's grabbing the baseball. So no further action needed. He slings it over there to first, and they
didn't. Like he was safe.
Yeah. Everybody's having a rough day today.
Rainbow to center. Bernardina underneath. Edinson Volquez out of work for what, about a week? Signed with the Dodgers.
So they were talking to him.
And in their bullpen. And the Dodgers are hosting the Padres this weekend. And he pitched a scoreless inning last night. Dodgers won the game 9-2. He pitched the 8th. And guess who had 4 hits?
Yeah.
2 stolen bases. Yasiel Puig, who was benched during that game against the Cubs the other day.
And the last time he was benched was for being late in Miami, and he came off the bench and hit a home run in that game. So I think just the good timely benchings are key for Yasiel Puig. He responds.
That will be a fair ball for Castro. Starlin with his 3rd double in the series.
A great look there with Ruiz set up inside. It was inner half, but didn't get in on the hands of Castro like they wanted to, and he delivers a good solid line drive, double the other way.
We experienced a little bit of this when we were in the Bay Area. The Tampa Bay Rays, before losing 4-3 last night, had a heck of a time getting from San Francisco, their hotel, to the Coliseum in Oakland. David Price took a $202 cab ride.
Just reading that.
Team bus took an hour 45 minutes.
Bay Bridge is closed, or was closed.
to go over the San Mateo Bridge instead.
When we were there, the BART was on strike, so everybody was driving to and from, and it was creating a mess with the traffic situation in the Bay Area. BART is the Bay Area Rapid Transit, the subway.
Joe Madden joked, he said, I had the movie Anchorman ready to go. I should have played it. Could have seen the whole movie on the bus trip from the hotel to the ballpark. 2-1. He's set. The kick, the pitch, 3-1. He's worked behind in the count a fair amount here in this one. Only one walk. That was to Rizzo in the first.
He's issued no walks in 27% of his career starts. It's just
amazing.
Remarkable statistic.
Second walk of the day. Now you go back to April 20th against St. Louis. He walked 3 batters, went 5 innings. That snapped a modern era record, which he shattered. He had 20 consecutive starts of at least 6 innings with 1 walk or no walks. The previous record was 14.
MLB.com At Bat is your #1 mobile app for live baseball, available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Cubs baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, highlights, and more. Text At Bat to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details.
So what he did right there with that walk to Barney, that's the second walk of the day. Only 44% of his career starts have featured 2 or more walks. 56%, 0 or 1.
He would argue, looking at that replay, that it shouldn't have been a walk. Jim Reynolds has been hard to pin down back there today with that low strike. Sometimes he calls it, other times he does not.
So Castro's at second after the double. Barney is at first following the walk. And Rizzo asked for time, didn't get it, and the pitch is a ball.
Looking for a little magic here on his bobblehead day.
The throw behind Castro, and the ball blocked by Rollins. Utley will pick it up.
Castro spun his wheels a little bit on his break back to second base.
One and one on Rizzo. Got in on him. Softly hit grounder to first, and the inning comes to an end. It's been a grind for Lee. Almost 90 pitches for him through 4, but he does have a 3-2 lead.
They'll see you before you see them. Cops are cracking down on drinking and driving. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Let's compare bundles with Dish Network and DirecTV. If you want the best in TV, phone, and internet, then Dish Network simply can't compete because DirecTV partners with the nation's leading providers to deliver a superior bundle for one low price. Combining some of the fastest internet speeds with the world's #1 TV service, DirecTV's bundles leave Dish in the dust. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
It's time to steal a deal at Gary Lane Kia. Right now, drive home a new 2013 Kia Soul for only $75 a month. Or choose a new 2013 Kia Optima for only $99 a month. All Kias include a 10-year, 100,000-mile factory warranty. So drive out today and see why the right car at the right price right now has made Gary Lang #1. And remember,
Gary Lang on the back, you probably paid too much.
Sports Talk Live, presented by Land Rover. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tuesday, you may know she stuns on and off the softball field. Now go inside the life of Team USA's leading lady with Inside Look, Jenny Finch. Hear her take on PEDs, learn why Chicago has a special place in her heart, see how Finch has raised the profile of her sport worldwide. Watch Inside Look, Jenny Finch, Tuesday night at 11 on Comcast Sportsnet. Phillies leading 3-2. Batting here in the 5th against Chris Russin. Facing them for the first time.
Well, it's been kind of a sloppy game so far.
Sluggish and sloppy.
But we're in the 5th. It's a one-run game. Chance for some drama here. The later innings.
Ruiz taps one past the pitcher. Castro will pick it up. That neat little throw where the ball is just a few inches off the ground when it left his hand. Quick exchange.
Pretty play. You know, he's at his best on the reaction plays. We saw him make the play in the hole earlier. The other day made a great play up the middle. This time he has to charge and unload. Sometimes when he has more time, he gets a little mechanical and a little out of sync.
Not a lot of wasted letters in that name. Only one R in Darren, only one F in Ruff. I think it helps the planet when we conserve letters.
So many.
One and two the count.
Well, for a 20th round pick out of Creighton. Bob Gibson played at Creighton. As did former Cub Scott Service.
Count is full.
Change up, down and away. Nope. Cut her in. Second time he has walked today.
Qdoba Mexican Grill wants to spread its 3 cheese queso love to the Chicagoland area. Opt into Qdoba's mobile club by texting Q to 50500 and receive free chips and queso. 1-out walk to Ruff. Mayberry takes a strike. So we had John Lovitz with us yesterday, and he referenced the Phillies and said it's not a female horse. Well, actually, the Phillies nickname, do you know what it comes from?
I would have guessed the city.
That's correct. They were originally the Quakers, but then the team became known as the Philadelphias. Most teams took on the name of their city at the time, but that was a little too long for the newspapers, so it just became the Phillies.
Aren't they the Robins at one point in their history? Back in the day, teams used to take on these kind of secondary nicknames.
No, they were not.
They were not. Somebody was.
Yes.
Dodgers, maybe. Were they the Blue Jays at one point? Okay.
They were. Yep.
Mid-40s. There was some kind of a bird.
The Dodgers were known as the Robins, yes. And a young female horse, filly, that's with an F too, not PH. So basically they're the Phillies. High in the air, left center. Mayberry just missed one, gets under it, and Lake makes a catch. If you want to go by franchise record, the Phillies, I suppose, could be the lovable losers. They're like over 1,000 games under 500 all time.
They were the first to 10,000 losses.
They lost 23 in a row in 1961. Strike on Kevin Franzen. A home run and a hit by pitch. Whenever you see Phillies offensive records, you're bound to run into Ed Delahanty's name. Hit over 400 3 different times. This was back, what, late 1800s?
Yeah. Big Ed.
I suppose the best official name of the team would probably be just the Phillies, not the Philadelphia Phillies. It's kind of redundant.
Or the Fightins.
The Fightin' Phils. Brusson's 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. And the inning is over. Halfway home, it's 3-2 Phillies.
Sometimes going to new places is the only way to truly arrive. Going new places, that's how we fly. Southwest Airlines now offers nonstop service from Midway to Charlotte and Rochester. If it matters to you, it matters to us. Book now online, only at southwest.com.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh.
Ellie Benet tweeted that her dad's car broke down and she must get home to make cheesecake. I've been there, Ellie. It's like every time you try to make cheesecake, boom! But if you and Dad hurry into the Honda Summer Clearance event, you could get a great deal on the Civic. It's a Honda, which means it's from America's most trusted brand. Easy fix, huh? Piece of, ooh, cheesecake.
Get a great deal on the fuel-efficient Civic at the Honda Summer Clearance event, happening now.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Coors Light Sportsnet Central update. College football today, Notre Dame leads Temple 21-6 in the third quarter. Tommy Rees up top for 3 TD passes, while Illinois hangs on to beat Southern Illinois 42-34 this afternoon in Champaign-Urbana. Don't forget, coming up tonight at 10:30, the season debut of High School Lights. Todd Hollingsworth will join me later on the postgame show. Now back to Langwood Wrigley with Len and JD.
Cap, thank you. It's 3-2 Phillies. Cubs will have 4, 5, and 6. Murphy, Lake, and Castillo against Cliff Lee, who's had to make a ton of pitches here in the first 4 innings. 87 as he starts the bottom of the 5th. Chris Russin at 84 pitches through 5.
Ouch.
Banged off the mask of Ruiz.
Interesting to contrast these two clubs. You got the Phillies, who have had so much success in recent years. All these veterans, tremendously high payroll, trying to hang on for one more run. And then you got the Cubs, who are in this rebuilding phase. They're trying to get younger. There's been some discussion as to whether the Phillies would go in that direction. Obviously, that is not the case. I mean, they may to a degree, but, you know, Utley, Rollins, Halladay if he comes back, Lee, these guys are all 34, 35. Ruiz is 34.
It can be a painful process when you do have an older club. Guys' numbers start to decline. When can you cut the cord? Can you pare some of that payroll and get younger? Murphy turns on one and finds the left field corner. That's a leadoff double.
Again, it's the ability to get the bat head out in front of that cut fastball. Most hitters would tell you to get to that cutter. If Lee throws it where he wants to, you've got to be looking, you've got to be cheating in there.
Cornermen in. Lake likes to bunt for hits. Squares. And hit it foul.
And this is a situation where the Phillies are thinking, well, maybe he's going to bunt him just to push him along. So they're tightened up at the corners. That makes bunting for a hit a little bit tougher here. I have no problem with the play. I just don't want to see him give himself up just to advance his base runner at this stage of the game. Not with how good he has been against left-handed pitching this year.
Steve Green, Cubs team photographer on the scoreboard. I like it. Another foul bunt.
And I'm not saying this as a point of admiration or derision, but I think Junior Lake has bunted out of one-strike pitches more often than any hitter I've seen in my entire baseball career. I kind of like the outside of the box approach that he has.
That's going to get into left. Murphy's going to be held with nobody out. They're at the corners for Castillo.
Hits tend to come in bunches for Junior. Line out first time, but base hits each of the last 2 at bats. Ball was in on him, and he was just able to squirt it beyond the reach of Michael Young. See, Murphy has to hesitate, make sure the ball gets through. And then he gets a stop sign from David Bell. This game's somewhat reminiscent of the Kershaw game the other day in Dodger Stadium. And the Cubs are really laying into Cliff Lee here.
Broken bat, and the ball goes foul, and the bat ended up almost all the way out into the Cubs bullpen. At least part of that shattered piece of lumber.
Yeah, it's pretty good carry here on this broken bat. Watch the head of the bat go flying through the air. You see it here in super slow-mo. Way down towards the label. But, you know, they've been able to work counts. They've had good at-bats. They're getting their base hits. Certainly taking advantage of that 2-out error in the third helps.
What if they changed the rule and said you only get one at bat per, or one bat per plate appearance? First of all, it'd be really dangerous. But what if he had to hit with
whatever you got left?
Yeah.
You could choose to either continue your at bat or just forfeit it.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Lee. That's out number 1. That is his first strikeout since the first inning. Zach Minor. Saw him yesterday. He's up. So is Carlos Villanueva for the Cubs. Phillies a double play depth up the middle. Tying run at third.